Alright, today's song of the day is Camellia's I Can Fly Through the Universe. Camellia I know mostly through rhythm games where they frequently contribute tracks. They do a lot of really good Dempa songs, collaborating with Dempa singers and stuff. We'll probably talk a lot more Dempa in this series, so if you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. This is probably one of their sanest tracks I've ever heard. It's somewhat Denpa-esque in its sheer variety of instrumentation and rhythms and such. But on the other hand, it's just sort of straightforward. There's nothing totally abrasive or weird about it. I encountered this song in the Groove, where it is definitely the hardest song I've ever passed. Difficulty-wise, it's rated as a 15, but a lot of people consider it an easy 16. I still really don't know how it is that I passed it. It was like way, way harder than anything else I had ever passed before. I think I didn't have a good sense of how long it is, that it's almost 7 minutes long. And there's no like any one gigantic stream until right near the end. It fits the music perfectly. This song is just so excellently designed for a rhythm game, especially like a stamina-based rhythm game, because it like introduces a lot of kind of rhythmic motifs, each one kind of accompanying its own instrumentation and sonic pattern. Um, they're really all over the range, like super crunchy bit type stuff, and then much more smooth synth type things, really interesting staccato rhythms. Um, Sometimes it goes into this like really kind of garbled. I have no idea what it's saying. The only sample that stands out clearly is someone saying "I can fly in the universe," which gets me super pumped. So, anyways, yeah, it has these much more kind of broken up introductions of motifs. With the main kind of melodic theme not even appearing until a good 2 minutes in. And then at the end, it just sort of spams them all back to back to back. So for like a stamina-based rhythm game, it's just perfect because you kind of build up what sort of modes you're going to be in. And then at the end, it hits you with like the super stream. So in the groove, as you progress in difficulty, more and more it becomes about streaming, or at least that's like an option available to you. There's a lot of different hard songs, but the ones I'm mostly interested in are like the hard streaming songs. And what that means streaming is that you're just constantly hitting notes on the 16th. So this I think is like 175 BPM or so, which BPM times 4. Why did I put BPM? That's not how. Divided by 60. You're basically doing 11.6 steps per second, which is really damn fast. I'm so good at ITG, guys. It's crazy. So you're doing that for however long, however many bars. And the way that the actual music is reflected in this, besides the fact that it is actually on that beat, is that different melodic patterns and different instrumentations are mapped to like different patterns of steps. So even though it's just constant steps, the patterns that you're making with your feet, like up, down, whatever, vary based on these factors in the song. Like they're trying to reflect the melody of it, or that this part sounds really crunchy, so it's a lot of like the same arrows over and over again. This part sounds like more smooth, so it's just kind of nice flowing patterns for a while. And I think that comes through so well when they have this structure where they can kind of like introduce them to you in isolation, and then when it's doing this like really kind of varied all over the place thing at the end, you kind of recognize them, and you're already familiar with them, and it's really super hype. There's also some fantastic 24th note bursts that you hear often in the song, where it does like the and then at the end that is like so satisfying to hit, even though it's so hard and really tiring. So I think because so much of the song was like that, just kind of like smaller incremental challenges, each of which was like extremely hard, but none of them individually were insurmountable, I was able to push through it. And then by the end, I was already so committed and so invested into the fact that I made it that far. I just did it. I pushed through the super hard stream at the end. Probably one of the hardest things I've ever done in any video game. I don't think I'll ever be able to get to this level again. It's pretty awesome having a well-maintained arcade machine in your basement that you can play at any time, and having a lot of other really strong players around you encouraging you and inspiring you. I don't think I'll ever be able to have that dream scenario again. So it's hard to imagine that I'll ever get back up to the skill level again. But I think as like a climactic boss song, like as the boss of all bosses that I sight read and miraculously passed on literally the last evening that we had the cab in the house, which is crazy too. I'm pretty happy with that as like my ultimate accomplishment in ITG. And this song is just such a banger too. Like I don't know the way it like shifts between different instrumentation and different rhythmic focus and stuff. Sometimes even just cutting all the way. There's a really awesome part where everything cuts out besides the boom, 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 boom. This like really cool percussion part that you then kind of just start sensing throughout the rest of it too. Oh, it's so cool. Um, yeah, I don't know. Check it out. If you've heard of Camelia's music before and you found it intimidating or headachy or annoying, this is like a lot more sane. It's a lot more approachable, but you can still hear the really awesome, relentless, super hype rhythms that makes other Denpa degenerates like me really love them as a composer. Yep, check it out. It's pretty sweet. That's all for now.